So I'm going to first start off by applying the Huda Beauty primer. It came in the foundation box, and I'm really happy it did because I wanted to try this out, but after seeing kind of like mixed reviews about it, like half the people I watched really liked it and then half the people didn't care for it, like they could definitely use something different. I just want to see how it works. You know, I'm just curious on if it does do the claims that it says. So I'm just going to use it on half of my face, which is going to just be my left side, so your right side. I'm just going to use it in that area, focusing it on my pores because it's a pore wrinkle minimizer, so it's supposed to really help just kind of, you know, fill in any pores that you have. Right away I noticed it does have a very florally scent. It's a really pretty scent, but if you are sensitive to scents, then this might be a little tad bit overwhelming. On my right side, I'm going to go ahead and just spray some charged water because this is how I always usually prep, but I don't want to disturb the primer, the Huda primer, so that's why I'm not spraying it on my left side either. So this is called the Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base Primer. It smells really good. It has a nice consistency. It definitely isn't like really silicone-y feeling. It definitely feels more like of a cream. It is a little on thicker side, and it does feel tacky to the touch. It also kind of just feels hydrating as well. So now let's go ahead and try out the foundation. This is what the packaging looks like. Very nice and pretty chic. It does feel pretty heavy. The color I grabbed is Shortbread 200B, which B stands for the undertone, so it has a beige undertone. This is what the actual packaging looks like. It is very nice, very sleek. It feels very good weight. It does look like it's a glass bottle, but it is not. It's actually a plastic. So, really quick, you get a 1.18 fluid ounces, which to me is quite a lot, and it's $40, so that's actually not quite bad. Usually for an ounce, depending on what brand you're getting, you pay pretty much $40 or more, maybe $35 or more. But yeah, you're getting more than the usual amount, which is nice. It comes with a pump. See, I'm gonna go ahead and just take, I think I'm going to take a pump and a half. That's how much I'm going to take. I'm going to start off with my left side. I'm going to use my beauty sponge for that. This is the Morphe beauty sponge. And I'm just going to focus this. I always focus the most coverage like on my chin area just because I go in with concealer too after. So I just make sure the most coverage is like down here. So right away I noticed this definitely is light. If you can see from my neck, it definitely does look lighter. It does slightly oxidize. When I had my friend swatched it on my hand inside of Sephora, I did notice that it was kind of oxidizing. I am really hoping that this, you know, I can fix it with my bronzer, because now that I'm looking at it, it looks very, very light to me. But besides the whole color being off to me, like just looking in the mirror, it does have a nice coverage. I definitely say it doesn't have a super extreme full coverage with the first layer, but it does have a nice medium coverage, which is surprising because I'm using a beauty sponge. So usually sponges will sheer out the foundation, but this actually has a really nice coverage with the sponge, and it definitely dries pretty quickly. It is a little bit tacky still, but other than that, it kind of dries really nicely. I will go in with another layer, but I'm going to do the rest of my face really quickly. So I'm just take another like pump and a half, and I'm going to use the brush for this side just because I want to see what kind of coverage it gives with the brush. Oh, this is so light, you guys, like so light. I don't even know if I want to wear this out today because I have to go do some errands. So I like the actual finish of the brush side. It just makes it look very flawless, and there's a little bit more of a coverage. Obviously you always get that with a brush. You're going to get more coverage because it's not going to soak up the product. I'm going to go ahead and go in again with another layer. This time I'm just going to kind of focus it on the areas where I want more coverage. It's just like everywhere. Just to see if it's buildable. I do like the feeling of it. It does feel like super lightweight, like you have nothing on your face, which is really nice because most, you know, kind of medium to fuller coverage foundations, it will feel like you have something on your face. Dude, I am so white. I look so ghostly right now. Even off camera, I look super, super pale. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, if I cannot make this work, I'm just gonna have to take it off and unfortunately go buy the correct color. I look ghostly white, and then just layering it is not helping, obviously. But for the sake of the video, I will continue. I love this foundation brush though. This is the Morphe E6. It's a flat, like, kabuki brush. I really, really love the way this applies my foundation, especially fuller clear foundations. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and just bronze because I feel like I look like such a ghost. Even in the mirror, I look ghostly. So yeah, so just my quick thoughts on the actual foundation itself, besides the whole color being off. I really do like it. I like the way the brush applied it better. I feel like it gave me a more flawless coverage. It definitely is a buildable full coverage. I think once you do your initial base and then you go on again in the spots where you want more coverage, it definitely will give you that full coverage. It is already drying, it feels like, too. It's a little tacky, but not that bad. I honestly think, too, the primer, I feel like I like the side right now without the primer. I like how I just had to just spray my charge water and I just moisturized and that was it. I feel like the side with the primer, I don't know, it's like sinking into my pores more, which is really funny because it's supposed to be a pore minimizing primer. So I don't know, I just don't prefer the side with the primer right this second. I think I prefer, or I know I prefer the side without the primer. So that's just my quick thoughts. So I'm going to go in with my Smashbox contour stick. This is the color 1.1. I'm just going to use a soft contour to really bronze this face up because it is looking a little scary. So I feel like the bronzer really helped kind of even out my skin. Even though I feel like it is a little bit still too light, I will go ahead and work with it. I'm just going to kind of drag it up here. So for some concealer, I'm literally going to go in with the Infallible Pro Glow. And this is in the color Creamy Natural, which is definitely a darker kind of concealer. I'm going to see if this will kind of even out. Okay, so just now that I went ahead and laid my concealer and my cream bronzer, I think it looks a lot better. It's definitely coming together. I still prefer the side without the primer, I'm gonna say, because I just feel like it blended really nicely and it just looks more natural-like. My side with the primer is definitely not bad either. I feel like it looks good. It's definitely passable. But I still just prefer the side without the primer. That's just my decision on that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face really quick, and then I will be right back to share with you guys kind of my final thoughts on the foundation and all that fun stuff. So I will be right back. Hey guys, so I am back. I went ahead and applied the rest of my makeup. I really do like this foundation. The color is actually a perfect match now, if you can see. Let me just back up a little bit. It matches everything, my neck, everything perfectly. I think just really bronzing and going a little bit more extreme with my cream contour. I prefer this rather than going darker, just because I feel like if you go lighter, it's easier to darken, but if you go darker, it's harder to lighten. So I definitely like it. I think it really does oxidize. It does oxidize slightly now that I have it on longer, and I think mixing it with other formulas like the cream concealer and my cream bronzer, it really kind of just meshed everything together. I also picked up some Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks. These are the minis. It comes with 4 mini liquid lipsticks. This is the brown edition. She does have them online. I've been wanting to try out some of her liquid lipsticks. I've been wanting to try Trendsetter, so this was a kind of a cool option. This is Trendsetter. This was a cool option for me to try, you know, more than just one of her liquid lipsticks out. And I think this whole package only costs, I think, like $29. These are kind of watery. Oh my god. Maybe I should shake them. They're kind of watery. It's literally just dripped all over my brush. If you can see that, it like just literally dripped on there. So maybe because they're smaller, I don't know. But even when I put it on my hand, it kind of looks watery. I think because they've just been sitting here. So I'm going to go ahead and shake this. I'm actually going to wear this Flirt today because I feel like it goes most complimented with my lips. But it's just like this nice like brown kind of nude undertone. And then this one definitely has a little more orange undertone, as you can see. Really quickly, this is the finished look, you guys. I have to say I love this foundation. The longer it's on your skin, the better it looks. I am going to just let you guys know I don't really care for the primer. I don't really feel like it did anything to really make me be like, wow, I need to go buy the full-size bottle. I feel like it really does just look the same. I kind of prefer the side without the primer, just the charge water. I wouldn't purchase the primer. I really don't think it's something that I'm missing out on. I don't think it's something I need. I have a lot of other primers that I prefer and that I see a result instantly. And so I'm going to have to pass on the primer, but the foundation I absolutely love. It looks so incredible. I'm just going to zoom you guys in. So, I mean, I already have a lot of kind of like texture and I'm acne prone. I'm super oily. But it did such a good job at just kind of like blurring out my face and not making it really noticeable. I feel like it just really makes my face look super just like flawless and smooth. Some of my full coverage foundations kind of sink into my skin and kind of start to look a little bit crepey, like a little bit old looking. And I have to make sure I use a primer that's either really smoothing or that's really hydrating so that throughout the day my makeup will just look really nice. It won't look like it's kind of just sunk into my like pores and kind of just like look lifeless almost. But this foundation looks really great on my skin. I'm just going to finish it off with some charged water because I'm always using this stuff. It just adds a nice hydration like sealer to the finished look. I'm not going to go in with any kind of matting setting spray because I want to see how the foundation reacts on its own. The only reason why I did this is because this is literally like hydration for your face, and I always do this when I wear makeup because I do go in with powders, so I want to kind of just mesh together and look very just like healthy and alive. And so yeah, I'm really liking it so far. The lipstick I'm actually really liking. It does dry to a nice comfortable matte, which is nice. It doesn't really feel like I have anything on my lips, which I really like in a liquid lipstick. So yeah, like I said, I'm loving the foundation. I'm going to keep checking in. I'm going to probably do 2-3 hour check-in and then another check-in right before I call it a day. So let's just hope this holds up as well as it looks right now, and I will let you guys know how everything turns out. I will check back in with you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm back in with my final check-in. I've been wearing this foundation for probably about 6+ hours now, and I must say I'm very happy with it. As you can see, my face is just looking very natural. The only place that I got very oily on was my nose, of course, but that always happens to me. There's no way that I cannot not get oily there. So yeah, but everywhere else held up super nice. There was no breakage. There was no like foundation loss anywhere. And yeah, I was super happy and super impressed with the foundation. So it's definitely one of my go-to foundations right now. I'm really loving it. The color matched perfectly after kind of just going in with all my bronzer and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I shall see you in my next one. Bye.